Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Inside Elections. The date is Monday, December 29th, 2025, and today we're going to be talking about how Democrats and Republicans both have a 2028 problem. And this stems from the candidates that are the current frontrunner candidates for the presidential nomination for each respective party ahead of 2028. And those candidates are Gavin Newsom and J.D. Vance. These candidates, the reason why Democrats have a 2028 problem and Republicans is because of the candidates fielded. Gavin Newsom is the current frontrunner for the Democratic Party at 2028. And to be blatant, that is not good. Gavin Newsom is unpopular. He's unpopular amongst Republicans, of course, but he is unpopular amongst a large portion of Democrats as well. He's not an exhilarating candidate. He is not the type of person that people want to go to the polls, that people want to take off work to go to the polls to vote for. He is not this candidate that people want. He is there. He is a politician. He's the governor of California. He does not turn out the low propensity swing voter in rural Pennsylvania. He doesn't. He just does not. He is not a candidate that should make Democrats excited about 2028. On good for Democrats, however, is that Republicans have the same exact problem. Republicans' current frontrunner is J.D. Vance, the current vice president of the United States. Once again, he is not popular. He is unpopular. He is funded by billionaires. He does not relate to the American people. He's unpopular amongst Democrats, of course, but he's not greatly popular amongst Republicans either. And just like Gavin Newsom, he is not exhilarating. He's not the person that the low propensity swing voter in rural Pennsylvania is going to take off work to go to the polls to vote for. He's not who people want. He's not exhilarating like Donald Trump is. He's not how do I put this? He's not who people want to vote for. They want an exciting president, because in a world where politics is not dominated about policy and debate anymore, it's determined by social media, by 10-second clips people see on YouTube. It's not about how well they do in a debate. It's not about how good someone's policies are. It's, do people like them? Do people want to go out and vote for them? Are people going to see this person on YouTube shorts and be like, hey, I want to go vote for him, I can go vote for him? Neither of these candidates, J.D. Vance nor Gavin Newsom, are that candidate, which is why they both have a problem. Both parties have a problem ahead of 2028. We can look at their approval. Gavin Newsom's approval is the only approval aggregate I could find, like accurate approval aggregate I could find about J.D. Vance and Gavin Newsom. But Gavin Newsom is underwater roughly 5 points. It's not awful, but it's not great ahead when you're the current frontrunner. You want to be positive. You want to be able to turn out voters. You want to be favorable amongst them. And if you're having a 5-point, if you're the current face of your party and you're negative 5 points in a national environment that favors you heavily, that is not good. Simply put, J.D. Vance has a similar problem. He's roughly a 5-point negative as well, which is not great. He's the current vice president of the United States. He's the current frontrunner for 2028. He should be above water. He should be able to turn out voters. He should have people who are exhilarated to vote for him. He should be popular. He should be favorable, which he is not. Okay, we can look at what I believe the 2028 map would be as of today. With Gavin Newsom and J.D. Vance, two candidates that are not stellar, they're not great, but at the end of the day, each of these candidates are still going to have their respective states. For Democrats, for Gavin Newsom, would be states like Washington, Oregon, Colorado, Hawaii, Illinois, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maryland, and Delaware, and Washington, D.C. Republicans would also have theirs. They would have Montana, Idaho, Utah, Wyoming, North Carolina, South Dakota. I'm just gonna fill all these in. Um, that should be Indiana, Nebraska as a whole. And yeah, that's the safe states for the Republicans. They will also have their likely states. Democrats would have states like New Hampshire. Oh, safe. Maine's first would be safe also. Maine at large would be likely. New Jersey would probably be likely. It could be safe. We've seen New Jersey shift to the right, but also shift rebound way back to the left. So I could see New Jersey being safe. But with Gavin Newsom on the ticket, I just don't think so. He's not the candidate that can turn out these voters, these Democratic voters, to make it safe once again. Because he's unenthusiastic, just like Kamala Harris. Which is why Kamala Harris lost the election for a part. I don't think he's going to be able to turn out these voters and make New Jersey a safe state for the Democratic Party again. But states like New Mexico would be likely. Minnesota would be likely. Minnesota would go from 4 points Democratic in 2024. It would be above this 5 points in 2028 with Gavin Newsom. States like Virginia too. And that's about it for the Democratic Party. Oh, and Nebraska's first. The Republicans would also have them. They would have Texas would be likely, Florida, Alaska, Iowa, Nebraska's first, and Ohio, and Maine's first district. Which brings us to the last 7 states, the swing states that you know of. Which this is where it gets complicated because with J.D. Vance and Gavin Newsom, it would most likely be a low turnout election. Not low turnout, but it wouldn't be an exciting election or with record turnout, it would be stagnant. However, I do think this would benefit Gavin Newsom overall. I do think it would because in a race where nobody wants to turn out for either candidate, they're not excited to turn out for either candidate. It's going to be more based off of the left versus right, and the national environment, not of specific candidates. Just like in 2024, even though the national environment wasn't extremely beneficial to Republicans, Donald Trump was enthusiastic. He was popular. People wanted to turn out for him, which is why they performed as they did. But with Donald Trump out of the picture for the first time in 12 years of elections, not 12, 16 years of it, for a long time of elections, Donald Trump will be out of the picture largely. And J.D. Vance will be the face of the Republican Party, which is not where you want to be as a Republican in an election that does not favor you nationally. So I do think Democrats would win. I do. I think narrowly, Gavin Newsom would carry states like Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Nevada by tilt margins, by very low margins, because like I said, people do not want to turn out for either of these candidates. The rural voter in Wisconsin does not care about turning out for the California governor or the billionaire-backed, funded, unpopular J.D. Vance. They just don't. Which is why I think Democrats would have to rely on the national environment of 2028. They would have to rely on Donald Trump, the administration being unpopular. But at the end of the day, Republicans would probably still carry Arizona by a very low margin and North Carolina by a very small margin. That's why I think the map would be, which is not a good place for Democrats or Republicans, but at the end of the day, Democrats would win this. Now, looking even further into the future, this would be bad for the Democrats for 2020, for 2030, and 2032. Because in 2032, I know it's forever away. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. But in 2032, states like California are going to lose electoral votes. States like Texas and Florida are going to gain electoral votes. For Democrats to be able to hold power past this point, they need to make changes. They need to be popular. And in maps that they're still winning swing states, or losing swing states by within margins of 1 point, it's not where they want to be. It's just not where they want to be. Okay, that is enough of my yapping. It was just a little bit of my thoughts on what I think 2028 is going to shape to be and why Democrats and Republicans alike have a problem and they need to change something, whether it's having a new face for the party or these candidates making themselves more appealing. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Comment suggestions of videos I can make. I will make a video about it if you comment a suggestion. If you like the video, I hope you like the video and subscribe, and have a good day.